Hi everyone, welcome back to another video and welcome back to the studio. If you're new here, my name is Paifa and I am a full-time artist and illustrator and art content creator, and I also run my own online shop where I sell bits and bobs that I have illustrated and made, and I run everything from this little studio and ship those out to you. Today we have a very exciting video because today I'm going to be showing you the entire process from start to finish on how I designed, planned, produced everything right until launch of my new shelf collection. How exciting. So this is my second collection of the year. I dropped a Valentine's Day collection in February, and the collection I did before that was actually in the summer of last year. So I am very excited for this collection. For this collection, the theme that I wanted to make it about was strawberries, because I love strawberries. I think a lot of people do, and they really scream summer to me. So I wanted it to be a very fresh and bright and, you know, sweet collection that could put everyone in mind of summer, I guess. If you haven't seen my 2025 business plan video that I posted early on in this year, you can go back and check that. But I made a mood board over on Milano, not only for my whole year, for my 2025 business plan, but I obviously started doing my mood boards for the different collections that I'm going to be working on. Now that I'm actually starting to design this collection, let's go look at the mood board to see what we've got to work with. So here is my mood board. As you can see, very strawberry coated, obviously, and I already made like a little chart here, a little itemized list of what items I initially really wanted to make, that I knew I was set in stone of wanting to make, and which ones I was not so sure about, and which ones I was like, I'll wait and see what the vibe is when I get there. And then of course having like a column for basically keeping myself on track with this collection, because ideally I want to launch this collection in early June. As you can see here, I have some items that I am already really sure I want to make. Those are highlighted in pink, and then I have some that I'm like, I'd love to do this item, but I'm not sure if it's too much for this collection yet. That's kind of why they're highlighted in blue. So yeah, this is the vibe for the collection. I'm very excited. So let's get into it, right? The first plan of action is to get into designing, and I didn't mention this in the planning section, but another thing that goes into the planning section is figuring out which items I am going to get made with a third-party manufacturer and which items I'm going to be making in-house. And figuring that out is going to help me know which items to start designing first, because things that I get manufactured with a third party are going to take much longer to get made and sent to me. So I like to start off with those. Acrylic charms and things like that, like pins, charms, those tend to take the longest. So I'm going to start off by designing the phone grips as well as the little acrylic charms that I want to make to add onto bookmarks, a wrist strap keychain, and maybe some earrings. So I'm going to start with those. Started off by concocting a visual plan. Since I already had like list plan of what I wanted to make, it was time to actually visually prepare for what I wanted these to look like. So I start off by actually just doing a little sketch of different ideas that I already had in my head going into this launch. And then from there, things just sort of start like pouring out. Which is why it's so important for me to like thumbnail things like this, because this is where the entire collection comes to life. Because once I start drawing one thing, I'll get an idea for another thing, and I'll get it for another thing, and it just all starts pouring out like this. And this is, you know, like the best way for me to plan out an entire collection. So when it came to actually designing each individual product, like I said, I wanted to start off with things that I knew were going to take the longest to manufacture, which was washi tapes and pop sockets. And for these pop sockets, I'm actually, as you can see, just designing them based on the sketch that I did and just kind of using my regular style and my regular rendering process. There's nothing really that fancy about them. But I actually got them made as acrylic charms without like the hole in them, because I had like a huge amount of just like blank like stick-on phone grips that I could then like super glue to them. And I thought that this would like reduce costs in a really nice way. And it was a bit experimental, but spoiler alert, it worked. So then I was working on the washi tape design, which again was pretty simple. I just wanted it to be a really nice, simple design that people could just use really easily in their scrapbooks and their bullet journals, but still really adorable and whimsical. So it just has this really nice sort of vine-looking design of some strawberries, and I just rendered them out again like usual. The thing I really love about doing these collections is how good I get at drawing one single thing. Like when I did the tulip collection last year, I got really good at drawing tulips really fast, and now this year, it's strawberries. So on another day, I actually went to a coffee shop to work on some of the sticker designs, and this was really, really nice. I love going to coffee shops to work on things like this, like designy things on my iPad. And especially because I already had the sketches done for these, it was really like mindless work. It was just kind of rendering, and that is really truly like brain empty work for me. So I get to just have a podcast on or an audiobook and just kind of color in essentially. So I had 4 different sticker designs to work on this day. And one of the first ones I worked on was this one, the ribbon one with the strawberry. It ended up being my favorite sticker design, honestly. It came out so pretty, and I knew that I wanted the sticker to be transparent as well. So I knew that the colors needed to be really nice and bright and bold and have really good line art as well to, make it stand out from whatever surface it got stuck on. So again, having these things in mind while designing is very important, like kind of picturing how the final product is going to look and what material I'm going to get it printed on is very important. So, making sure that the colors will work with whatever material or medium I'm wanting them to go onto. And also making sure that things and designs are readable for whatever intended purpose they're for. For example, when I was working on the washi tape, I knew that I couldn't make it too detailed or too rendered because I knew that none of that is gonna actually come through once it got printed on a really small scale on the washi tape. So it's about making sure that I am still getting my style across without over rendering when it doesn't need it to be. So here I'm working on another sticker design that I also really, really enjoyed making. I had this idea that I really wanted to incorporate fairies into this because obviously I'm a huge fan of fairies. If there's any way for me to incorporate fairies into every collection, I will do it. So I wanted to do this sticker design of a fairy just sitting on a big strawberry and just kind of vibing out, having a good time. And I wanted it to look really cute, really whimsical, and I really think that I achieved that. So I sketched out the line art for the sticker, and I knew that this one was not going to be transparent. I knew I was going to have a nice glossy finish and a background, and I designed accordingly to that. I wanted it to be also a very organic shape. I didn't want it to have that much of a flat bottom to it. So as you probably saw, I added an extra flower over here at the bottom just to sort of balance out the composition of the sticker and make it a bit more of a rounded shape. So here I'm just rendering out the fairy and making her look really cute and using colors that I knew would stand out from the color palette of the strawberries. So using purples and cold colors that I knew would make the fairy herself, the character, stand out from the reds and the greens of the strawberry patch. And this way I knew that it would still be really readable at first glance on a smaller scale like a sticker. And, it's little things like this, like working with the colors, working with line thicknesses and things like that to make sure that things stay readable even at a small scale. Because when you're working on something like on your iPad, you're always zooming in and it's a big image. You forget that this is going to be printed on a really small piece of paper. So it's good to keep that in your mind. So this was the final sticker of the fairy. I'm so happy with it. She's so, so cute and just kind of hanging out, which I love for her. So with all the stickers designed, I actually went in next to design the bookmarks. So I knew I wanted to do 2 different bookmark designs for this collection, and I wanted one of them to be a die cut design because I did a die cut bookmark design last year for my tulip collection and it went crazy. It is still one of my best selling bookmarks at the moment, so I definitely knew I wanted to do another rendition. And I also knew I wanted to do a normal shaped bookmark, but I wanted to leave some room for a possible hole for a tassel at the top. So here I am just designing the 2 bookmarks and just kind of making sure that all the colors across the collection match and that there's like a cohesive color plan. Finally, I took to designing the mouse mats. Again, I just wanted to make sure that all the colors were perfectly contrasting each other so that there was a really nice readable design on something that I still wanted to be simple and with simple shapes, but I still wanted to inject some good rendering here and there on the strawberries. And with all that done, I actually sent everything off to print that needed to be sent off. I always like to be really transparent with how I run my small business and all that stuff, but I realize that it might feel a little bit unrealistic for a lot of people watching to see just how like easily I go from having a product idea, designing something, and then actually making it myself or getting it manufactured. I know that not everyone has the disposable income or even like the storage space to store all this stock. I know that I was there at one point in my small business journey, and I just wish that I'd known about something like Printful back when I was there. And that's why I wanted to talk about Printful for you guys today as today's sponsor. Printful is an amazing print-on-demand service that allows artists to use their creative skills to build their own online brand and generate income without needing upfront inventory, managing shipping, or storing anything themselves. The term print-on-demand refers to products only getting made and shipped whenever an order is made. Printful handled the manufacturing, the shipping, and even the quality control all on their end. You don't have to do anything or pay for anything. You just then get paid the profit margin. It's a super simple and effective formula that allows artists to take that next big step in their creative journey and sell their art online easily. And if you're an artist like me that already has a pre-existing online store, whether it be on Etsy or Wix or Squarespace, that's absolutely fine, because with Printful you can actually connect your already existing e-commerce website, and all of the listings and products that you make with Printful show up on your online store, and people can shop directly from there. The best thing about Printful is the wide variety of products that they provide. They have products ranging from apparel, home goods, accessories, and more. I personally got super obsessed with the look of this clear tumbler, and I really wanted to see how some of my strawberry collection designs would look on this tumbler, and as you can see, it took me literal seconds to upload my designs onto the Printful platform, and I just launched it within a minute. You can make use of their wide range of mock-up pictures as well to use for marketing and on your product listings. They're just really beautiful. They have like really good mock-up setups. And on top of that, Printful has excellent quality control that you can count on to ensure that all the products you sell are of high standard and of high quality printing. And if you want, you can also upgrade to Printful's newly revamped membership program and take advantage of their sweet 20% discount on direct-to-garment printing and so many other discounts and savings with the Printful growth plan. This has proven to be a game changer for maximizing profits. So literally don't wait any longer and start selling your art online today with Printful. Signing up is easy peasy, connecting your online shop is even easier, so there is literally no reason to not give it a go. Make sure to check out the link in my description to try out Printful today. Thank you so much to Printful for sponsoring today's video. What an amazing opportunity for artists to get selling their stuff online and actually starting to make money from their creativity. So yeah, let's get right back into today's video and right back into the strawberry collection as well. Hi everyone, so I've actually got some really cool packages in the mail that arrived recently, and I just wanted to do a little bit of an unboxing with you because I am pretty sure that they are bits for the shop collection, and I just wanted to unbox them with you. Oh, awesome. So this first package is actually the die cut bookmarks that I got printed. So these are the bookmarks. Oh my god, they look so cute. Front, and then the back is basically the same, but it's just it has my little logo at the bottom, and they're so cute. They've got little strawberries on them. Oh, I love them. I love a good die cut bookmark. I did a die cut bookmark in my shop collection last year, and I got so obsessed with how they looked, and they are still one of my best selling bookmarks at like markets and stuff. So I've got all these die cut bookmarks here. more bookmarks. So the other package was actually my other set of bookmarks that I sent off to print, and it's these ones here. And these I'm actually going to put holes in at the top and add a little tassel on them. I'm still actually a little bit unsure whether or not I'm going to do them. I'm going to test it out and see if I like them better with a hole in the tassel or just plain like this. So yeah, it's got a little strawberry like cycle of life at the back, and then on the front it says, "I am very happy when I'm reading." So cute. And I actually had this entire bag of gold tassels already from a different project, and I hadn't used any of them, so I was like, okay, I might as well use them for a bookmark. So this is what it looks like with the tassel, and this is it without. I think the tassel really adds to it, especially it being this yellow gold color. It matches the text and also like the yellowish tones of like the beginning cycle of the strawberry. So I think I'm gonna end up doing that to all of them. So I'm gonna have some fun punching holes into bookmarks. Hi everyone, it's been a few weeks and I have some boxes to unbox with you. I got all of these while I was away at a convention, so I have a big unboxing session, which is so incredibly exciting. So let's get into it. I cannot wait to open these. Let's start off with box number 1. These are the washi tapes. So that's a lot of washi tapes, as you can see. It's a lot of washi tapes, and this is what they look like. Oh my god, that's so cute. I'm really obsessed with how these came out, and I'm going to unbox one of these fully to see what they look like when they're, you know, opened up. So this is what the washi tape looks like. So pretty. I always know that they look better once I actually rip a piece off, because when they're all sort of layered onto each other in a roll, it always looks darker and, you know, a bit, the design just looks a little different, but once I actually pull it out, they always look perfect. Now for the next one. Ooh, these are the lanyards. So I actually got some really pretty, I'll show you actually. So for Comic-Con that I did recently, I actually got these really pretty tulip lanyards done. They're like little keychain lanyards. They're so pretty. And they did really well actually. Super well at the convention. So I thought I'd do a new version for the strawberry collection. So we've got some strawberry wrist lanyards. They're just like little wrist ones. So like this. And they also have a little keychain on them with a little strawberry. How cute is that? So yeah, this is what the lanyards look like. So cute. And I am really happy with them. They came out so vibrant, so pretty. Yes, 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 yes. The final box for today. Pretty sure these are the ones from Zap, which are the ones I'm the most nervous about. So first I'm gonna unbox the smaller one, and these are cute, look at that. So these are actually little mini charms like this that I got that I'm gonna turn into little earrings. So I just got a set of like, you know, 50 or something of these, and I'm gonna basically just turn them into little earrings and possibly like mini phone straps, like little phone, what are they called? Phone charms. So I just got a bunch of these so I can actually use these charms in different ways, and they look really, really cute. They're like little strawberries
with a little smiley face on them. And now I've unboxed the other 2 bags, and there's a slight issue, which I'm really mad about, because I've just had a look at the proofs that they sent me, and it's actually on me that they turned out slightly wrong, which is super infuriating. But yeah, let me show you. So I got these really cute little, like, they're basically like acrylic charms without a hole in them, because I was thinking, right, to make pop sockets, I got like a 100-pack set of like blank pop sockets, and I thought I could just glue them to the back of some really pretty keychains like this. Unfortunately, I misunderstood the proofs that they sent me, and they've actually added the resin dome, like epoxy resin dome, onto the back side instead of the front, which means that now there's like a sort of rounded surface on the surface where I was planning on gluing the pop sockets, which will, I think, make it slightly harder to glue them on because it's not flat on flat. Like, in a sense, I think it's better this way, because people, when they use the pop socket, the side that they're like gripping onto is the rounded side, so it'll be more comfortable to hold on to. The other thing that I've noticed as well is that the pop sockets that I have, so these are the blanks that I have, right? They're just like this. They have a blank side. So the keychain for the strawberry milk is slightly too small, and you can kind of see the pop socket a little bit when it's glued on. But what I think I'm gonna do is try and find some slightly smaller ones or some transparent ones, so that it's not like, you know, a jarring effect like that, which I think will make it fine. So that's 2 little problems with these that I think I'm gonna be able to fix. Because I was already planning on obviously filing some areas on the back of these to make the adhesion better when I stick them with like industrial glue. Yeah, it's not a huge amount of doming, but it is a little bit of doming. So we'll see. With the design and everything and the printing, I'm really happy. They look beautiful. I'm so glad with how they came out. No complaints. It's just, again, frustrating that it was something that I misunderstood in the proofs, which led to me now having like 100 slightly wrong items that are not the way that I wanted them to come out. But, you know, we simply must adapt and overcome, improvise, and I'm gonna make it work. Moving on, aside from these now, I think the only thing that I'm waiting for the collection now is just the stickers, which means that I can actually photograph the whole collection soon. All I have to do left is I wanted to do some little coloring pages to add with this collection. So I'm just going to be working on those this week, you know, in the evenings and stuff. Very exciting. It's all happening. I'm going to put all of these products away around the studio, all of this stock, and I will get back to you when the stickers arrive and show you how those turned out. I'm very excited to see them as well. So I'll talk to you soon. As you saw, I just cut up a bunch of little backing cards for my pop sockets, and I actually want to show you how I turn these like simple backing cards into really cute functional backing cards for pop sockets, so that they end up fitting really nice and snug like this, but also with the pop socket backing at the back, so that they are really properly stuck onto the backing card, so that when you put them in like a little plastic sleeve, they're not rolling around and like bending the backing card or anything. Let me show you. I'm literally just going to take one of these backing cards and a pair of scissors, and then this is what you're going to do. You're going to cut a little slit down the middle of the bottom of the card, and then I'm literally just going to cut a little circle out in the middle of the backing card like this. And obviously there's a little trial and error for whatever size pop socket you're making. But usually I make a circle sort of around this size. So you take your pop socket, open it, then you slide it up into that hole you just made, like this. And then you just snap it in place. And there you go, a nice little pop socket backing card. It's perfect, because then I can easily pop them in a little sleeve like this, and they look really nice and professional, and they don't slide around, and they're nice and protected. Hi everyone, please excuse my state. I'm currently really struggling with hay fever, but I did want to show you something. My stickers arrived, so let's unbox them together. Lots of stickers. I'm so excited to see these. Pretty. So this is the first one. It is transparent, so everything that's white is actually see-through. So this is gonna look so pretty. Very, very cute. This is another transparent sticker. This one right here, also very cute. Trying my best, my very best. Also love that one. Next up we have a little strawberry milk carton sticker. This one has got like a little matte finish on it. Super cute. Love that one. It's adorable. And finally, the last sticker is this little fairy sitting on a strawberry. So, so cute. I am obsessed with this one. This one has a little glossy finish. So these are all the new stickers that just arrived today. I'm super happy with them, and I am now really excited because it means that I can actually photograph the whole shop collection together next week and hopefully have it all set up and ready to launch either at the end of next week or the week after. So super exciting. I'm really glad that those turned out okay. Hi everyone, good morning. Please ignore the absolute mess that is the studio right now. Yesterday I had a massive lino printing session, so I've got like 50 t-shirts just thrown around the room, drying. But today I am focusing on the shop collection again, and now that I finally have like all of the items for the shop collection, I'm actually photographing the whole thing today, which is very exciting. And in preparation for the photography session today, I was looking into like ordering some cool like backdrops and like photography props and things like that to like really up my photographing game. And then I got busy with other stuff and completely forgot. So we're gonna have to like improvise today as usual and just try and make a really cute like photography backdrop set using things that I already have like around the house, around my studio, and just see what we can do. Let's get setting up like the actual backdrop and see what I can do. So here is my little collection of things. I've got some
different sort of patterned papers to like overlay over each other. I've got some coloring pencils, some fake foliage, fake plants. I've got some different colored sort of decorative items. And I've got these that are actually like little jars with lids that I use to like keep like cotton pads and like cotton swabs and stuff, but I thought that they were nice, like varying heights for like things that I can drape over them. And I don't know, I'm gonna see what I can do with all this, because I've realized I didn't have that much that, you know, fit the theme and fit the color palette that I was looking for. So I think I'm gonna keep it to this. I might make a little pot of pens like this and just pick out some colors that fit the theme and maybe have that over here just to add a little bit more height variation. So, I just finished photographing everything in the collection, and I'm actually pretty happy with how the photos came out. I was feeling very uninspired for the photo shoot today. I was just kind of like, I'm just gonna start and see where I go with these. But I'm really happy with how they came out actually. So I'm going to now just upload all of those onto my computer and maybe start editing some of them on Photoshop, just start tweaking the colors and the lighting and all that stuff, and see if I can edit the bigger bulk of them this morning, because this afternoon I have some other work I need to get done, like a commission and stuff like that. So let's see what I get to do today. I have until Friday to sort out all these pictures and list all the products on my shop, because I'm aiming to launch the shop collection on Saturday morning. So I honestly have a lot of time. I've gave myself plenty of time this time around to sort out the shop collection, so I wasn't like rushing at the end. And I also did like a little printout of the coloring sheets. I realized I didn't show you these actually when I finished them. I did some little coloring sheets for this shop collection, all about strawberries, and they're all quite cute. So I did a little bit of coloring just for the photos, and I'm really happy with how everything came out. So let's edit some pictures. Hi everyone. So it is currently Friday, the day before my shop collection drops, and I am just coming on here to basically tell you that everything has gone smoothly, which is really, really good to say. I managed to put up all of the listings up on my shop in the last day and a bit, and, you know, edited all the pictures and stuff. And now all that I have really left to do is to edit like content to post about it on my socials. So I'm pretty much done with all the prep work for this shop collection launch, which is crazy because usually I am scrambling until the day of the collection launch. So this is huge for me. All this to say that I am really, really excited for this collection to launch. By the time that you're watching this video, the collection has already been live for about a week. Make sure to go check it out. Everything is up on my shop at the moment. So I really hope that you enjoyed watching the behind the scenes of like creating this collection and, you know, just everything that goes into actually making these products and all the process of making them up until the moment that they go live on my shop. So, and if you have already bought something from the collection, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. It means more than you'll ever know when people actually buy stuff from my small business. It does really make our days. Thank you again so much to Printful for sponsoring today's video. Make sure to check out the link in the description to find out more. And that is it for me today.
hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.